Hello, everybody. Rob Cootie here. Welcome. Today is Thursday, December 17th, if I'm not mistaken, and it is currently 10:58 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As you know, each and every day, Monday through Friday, we go live at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that means Miss Marie and I. That being said, guys, want to let you know that today's subject, as you can see in the ticker, and all of you on the podcast, it's podcast number 97. Can you believe it? Where is your finish line? Where is your finish line? If you don't know what that means, join us today as we take a deep dive into this subject. It's obviously going to enlighten you, empower you to do great things in this business model. and bringing that up, please share our podcast and our platforms with our fellow network marketers across the globe. The world's a better place when we share positive things. And you can share a positive thing by utilizing hashtag TheMLM Solution, hashtag TheMLM Solution. That being said, we will be going live here very shortly. Please stay tuned as we get ready. Thank you.
Welcome to the MLM Solution Podcast Show, where you'll learn the facts and hear the truth about the network marketing industry. Here's your host, Rob Cootie.
Hello, Miss Marie. How are you today?
Good morning, Rob. I am doing exceptionally well. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. I just wanted to let everybody know that today's episode is going to be a good one, Miss Marie. Number 97, believe it or not, number 97. Where is your finish line?
I'm super excited about this one.
There's certain subjects I get fired up about. I agree with that. And it's hard to believe it's the 17th of December already, and we're going to have a great topic because we're quickly racing towards the finish line of the year, and I can't wait.
Hey, a week from now, Christmas Eve. Can you believe it?
I know it. It's hard to believe. It's
coming fast. If you haven't gotten your Christmas shopping done, get after it.
That's right. Exactly. Good point. And that includes our Black Friday. What a great lead in. How did you do that, Miss Marie? How did you do that? No, it's not a survey. No. It's this. It's Super Friday. There we go. Guys, if you are looking to take your business to the next level, what better way than to go ahead and access wonderful information that you can trust? You can do that by going to that following or this URL right here, TheMLMsolution.net/Super Friday, TheMLMsolution.net Super Friday. If you do that, you're going to be able to take advantage of the deal. We're going to run our Black Friday sale until the end of the year. You are going to save $50 on an amazing package. You do not want to miss out on this. It is a limited time offer once you get there, but we are running the special until the end of the year. We want to give everybody access so that they can make next year the best year ever. Don't miss out on this great deal because it will be gone in the beginning of the year. Super Friday, as you can see. And go to our website, take advantage of that right now. Also, when you go to our main page, guess what? You're going to have access to 3 wonderful gifts, 4 critical mistakes most networkers make and how to overcome them. Also, our 5 simple steps to networking success. You have right there in those 2 products information that can catapult your business to incredible heights next year. You are not going to find this information anyplace else. They complement one another like, what would you say, Miss Marie? water and air, I guess.
Peanut butter and jelly.
And peanut butter and jelly. There we go. And you cannot ask for a better combination. And the Zero to Networking Hero brings it all together. Each one of those packages come with one ebook that is short and to the point and easy to read, one video and one audio. The video and audio complement and supplement and heighten your knowledge level about the content of the ebook. So you don't want to miss out on that either. Struggling a little bit there, but I got through it. Today is, you have those days where your tongue just does not want to cooperate. Today's one of those days. And if you will, please like, share, and comment on our various social media platforms. We appreciate it in advance when you do. You guys have been great. We're very honored and flattered by your activity on our social media sites. We can't say thank you enough. And if you will, when you go to our YouTube channel, blah, 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 please subscribe by hitting the subscribe button. Also hit the little bell twice because you'll get notified when we go live and you will be notified when we upload content. And finally, we want to say thank you for all of the people that are giving us thumbs up. There's a lot of people doing that. We are very grateful for that. And especially if you like what you hear and you understand the points we're making and how they can help you. Once again, we say thank you in advance. All right, now that we have that out of the way, Miss Marie, you got our sponsors out of the way. How's that?
That's awesome.
That's awesome. That's right. Pays the bills. All right. With that being said, guys, podcast number 97, as we said, where is your finish line? Interesting topic for the day. Miss Marie, once again, does the scheduling for the shows. She always brings up wonderful content for the shows. And they're usually in sequential order. In other words, they complement and support each other, and they are connected in subject matter and importance. So once again, she's done a great job. Miss Marie, do you want to let us know a little bit about what the topic is going to be about today?
Well, absolutely. When we talk about the finish line, just about everything we do in life, we start with an end goal in mind, right? We have something we're looking to accomplish. And one of the things we always talk about here on these shows is the fact that we're either looking for increased income, more time freedom, or an upgrade in lifestyle, right? And most people become attracted to the network marketing industry, or their first introduction to it is they're sold this idea of residual income, or as Rob likes to often say, drinking out of the coconut money, where you're not doing anything, but you have this consistent source of income coming in. So for many people, they come into network marketing looking to achieve that residual income. So for many people, that is the finish line. And how do you know when you're at that point of residual income, when you can actually take a step back from doing those consistent and correct business building activities, constantly working your business? When can you take that step back and not have a negative impact on your business, still have a consistent level of income coming in that doesn't drop off because you've stopped performing the activity? Now, one of the things I do want to point out here is the title of this episode is "Where is your finish line?" So I'm talking about the majority of people and talking about residual income for the most part, but you may have a different goal. You may be coming into this business because you want to pay off debt that you've accumulated. You want to achieve a certain level in your son or daughter's college fund. You may want to put aside $500,000 for retirement. So over the course of time, there may be an income level that you're looking to achieve, a certain dollar amount that once you hit, that is what you consider your finish line. And you may want to be able to take that step back, whether it affects that residual income or not for you. So for everyone, it can be a little bit different. And I don't want to disregard the fact that, you know, different people have different goals, and whatever your finish line is, just know what it is and how to get there. But I think most of what we're going to be talking about today is that end goal of the residual income. Rob, wouldn't you agree that That's what most network marketers are after.
Yes, I think you did a wonderful job setting up the subject matter of today's show. I couldn't have said it any better. What she's referring to, guys, has as always, we go into, I really hate to use the word deep dive because it's not always a deep dive. Sometimes we try to keep these subject matters, or these talks, I should say, as shallow as possible, but yet reveal enough information to where you can connect the dots and you can see the importance of the subject matter and how it works. Once again, if you go back and watch our videos and listen to our podcast, there is no reason you can't build a business, a successful business, just on the episodes that we have out there already. Today's subject matter is no different. It really ties to what she's talking about, because everything you do in this business model has a finish line. Okay. And the ultimate finish line is what she just said. What is your end game? If you filled out the 90-day goal sheet when you first started your very first 90-day mini blast, you're going to put down some goals there that reflect, hopefully, your 90-day mini blast goals. And what those goals, the reason I bring that up and the reason they're important to your finish line is because those 90-day goals gives you the foundation. It lays a foundation, a solid business building foundation, which includes your confidence in yourself, your confidence in the business building system that we've talked about, 5 simple steps, confidence in the industry itself. In other words, there's a lot of confidence building going on there. Your ability to use the music to the ears message correctly, to make it your own, et cetera, et cetera. There's so many things, so many dynamics, so many things to learn that are taking place in that initial 90-day mini blast that it literally sets the foundation that you can build upon. We talk about that all the time, because the second phase, you got to realize your 90-day mini blast is the first phase. The second phase is what? Identifying and working with your leaders, your first 90-day mini blast is setting the foundation. You're assembling a team unto which you can build on. And your second team, if you want to use that term, during phase 2 is what? Your leaders. Okay, the people that pop up in the first third and the second third, the people that identify themselves through the activity. That is where your business growth starts to go like this. Phase 3 is your second 90-day mini blast, which really causes that exponential growth if you so choose to do it. Now, why do I bring that up? Well, because here's the thing. During that 90-day goal list, when you fill that out, that gives you an insight into what is really possible in your business. It's the reason why we use the word "your" in this. Your business. It helps clarify, let's use that word, what your end game may be. As she stated, it could have been to make money just to pay off your debt. It could have been to supplement your retirement because your retirement account took a hit. It could be that you want to pay for your kids' college without affecting your retirement account. Okay, that might have been part of your initial 90-day goal list, to create a certain amount of monthly income that would accomplish one of those things that we just talked about. But then once you accomplish that, a bigger vision becomes clear. You realize that I'm on my way. I could really do something special here. I could really have an incredible lifestyle where I could take care of all this and more. And your finish line changed. Okay. You have a bigger finish line, and it becomes clear what you have to do to get to that finish line, because you already got to your smaller finish line. Does that make sense so far, Miss Marie?
Yep. I like where you're going.
So what you have to realize now is that the game is becoming more important, and the game is becoming more about life and the life you can have. And it's becoming more clear what steps are necessary for you to have a real possibility in creating that lifestyle. Okay, so Miss Marie's talking about where is your finish line. Everybody's different. And she brought up some great points. Okay, you know, once you do your 90-day mini blast, based on those numbers, is going to determine where you want to go. For instance, if you had big 90-day mini blast goals and you either came close to them, met them, or exceeded them, you're going to be excited because you're going to say, look, I set some pretty ambitious goals in my initial 90-day goal list, and I was able to get close to them, exceed them, meet them, whatever. I can see where I can really have an incredible life. I can really create a multi-million-dollar business that could give me an incredible life. On the other hand, and so your end finish game or finish line is going to be much bigger. It's going to be up here. But somebody that's set moderate 90-day goals, either because they have prior commitments or they have other life challenges, and so they have moderate to modest 90-day goals in their initial goal sheet, where they're just saying, hey, I just want to make, $500,000 extra a month. It would really make a huge difference in our life. And so what ends up happening is that when they meet or exceed, once again, those goals, they sit back and they say, oh, well, maybe I do have a chance to pay off my kids' college education. Maybe I do have the ability here to supplement or to add into my retirement account the money I lost. Okay. Their goals are not the freedom lifestyle at this moment. Their goals are more moderate and more modest in that, hey, I took a $150,000 hit in my 401k. I need to replace that money. The wife and I depend on that. The husband and I depend on that. I need to supplement that. I need to replace that. I can see now, since I achieved this $1,000 a month thing, that I can honestly develop maybe $3,000 to $5,000 a month where I can replace that money. Okay. Or pay off my child's college education, maybe pay off the house, pay off the cars. You see what I'm saying, guys? It's a more modest goal, but it's still an end game. It's still a finish line. It doesn't matter whether it's big or if it's moderate. The bottom line is it's a finish line. You determine your finish line. Okay. And it all goes back to what we talked about in previous episodes, which is scale of life. Everybody, the scale of life, for those of you that don't know. As you know, if you follow us at all, we're big on scales. Why? Because once again, everything in life is about numbers. I'm not into numerology. I said that before, but I'm not stupid. Everything's about numbers. And scales help you identify different levels of life. Not that the scales are bad. What they do is they can be very eye-opening, and they can be complimentary, and they can be humbling, and they can be enticing and exciting all at the same time, based on where you are on that scale. But the one thing they are is truthful. If you're honest with yourself, you're going to do an honest evaluation, and the scale of life is no different. Scale from 0 to 10, and on there, everybody has stop number 1, stop number 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 10. Those are points where people stop. The reason it's called scale of life, if you have a pain threshold and you say, "Ooh, that hurts," you're going to stop, whether it's 3, 4, or 7. If you make enough money, in other words, you say, I need to make $500 extra a month, and you get a second job and you get that $500 a month, guess what? That $500 a month number is on that scale of life. You stopped at $500 a month. You could have made $1,000, you could have made $1,500, you could have made $2,000 or more, but you said 500, I'm comfortable with, I want to stop here. Okay. And guess what? Your scale, your stop point on that scale of life is that $500 level. Okay. That is what we're talking about with the scale of life. It applies here as well. The person that needed $1,000 a month when they first started their business has a scale of life number of 1,000. The person that was using this business model to go to a higher level, in other words, they say, hey, I want to create that 10,000 group volume per month. That's going to pay me with this company $2,500 a month. Guess what? Their scale of life number on that scale, as far as a monetary term is, the other person was 1,000, theirs is 2,500. So they're higher up on that scale, which could be a 7 or an 8 at $2,500 versus $1,000, which could be a 4 or a 5. Neither one are bad. They both have their own finish line numbers, and they're both positive numbers because they're having a positive impact on their lives. How do you get those numbers? By developing what? Leaders. So Miss Marie may need 12 leaders to get her $2,500 a month. Rob may only need 3 or 4 leaders in his business to get the $1,000 on a consistent basis. You see how the numbers are different. The numbers are different because the goals are different and the finish line is different. Now, the thing is, $1,000 a month has typically has a bigger erosion effect than the $2,500. And you say, well, what do you mean? Once again, the numbers are against Rob in Miss Marie's favor. Why? Because she's working the numbers. In order for her to get $2,500 a month, she's having to have a larger number of leaders and she has to go wider, which has given her the $2,500 a month capability, but she's also going deep in one or two legs, which is going to basically stabilize her business to where she can maintain legitimately have an honest opportunity to maintain that $2,500 a month business or income. On Rob's business, because he's only making $1,000 a month, he may have Rob has basically no stability, no depth, because he's not driving depth. You don't drive depth to get $1,000 a month. $1,000 a month is basically a helter-skelter business that has enough people on 100 PV per month to create $1,000, right, Miss Marie? There may be one or two leaders, but they're not going to offer any kind of stability. Rob's $1,000 a month is going to be very suspect and very unstable, where Miss Marie has a whole lot more stability. It's not guaranteed, but she has one or two legs that are largely responsible for that $2,500 a month business, meaning that those two legs are very serious about building a large business, which increases her chances of having $2,500 a month, month after month after month, for a whole lot longer than Rob. So her finish line is a lot different than Rob's, right, Miss Marie? Did I do a good job laying it out real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. And it does make a difference, and again, I'll reference folks back to previous episodes that we've done on width is wealth and depth is security. You can get more detail on what we're talking about there and how it applies to what Rob just said in terms of getting to your finish line.
Yeah, exactly. And you have to realize, guys, is that everybody's finish line is different. You don't want to judge somebody's finish line, okay? Because as we talked about in previous episodes, you always want to take your hands and put them under the feet of somebody and lift them up, not put your hand on top of their head and push them down, meaning that you celebrate Rob's $1,000 a month. Because Rob may decide, hey, you know what? I want to take this to a higher level. Let me get with Miss Marie and get input on what I need to do to take this $1,000 a month and turn it into $2,500 a month. Okay. And Miss Marie, because of her experience, can look at Rob's back office along with Rob, in conjunction with Rob, and say, Rob, here's where your business is. Here's what we need to do to get it to the $2,500 a month level. Oh, okay, Miss Marie. Yes, I want to do that. Or no, I don't feel comfortable doing that. One or the two. Okay. What does that do? That takes her income from $2,500 a month and gives her a legitimate chance to take it to a $3,000 a month, maybe $3,100, $3,200. Because if Rob's going to build his business based on the comp plan of the company, that's going to take her income to a higher level if Rob pursues the $2,500 a month level himself. Okay. Now, Rob may just get to the $2,500 level and say, hey, this is really fun. This is getting easier all the time. I think I'm going to finish this thing off. I think I'm going to go for the gold. Miss Marie keeps talking about this lifestyle thing, and that sounds really cool to me. And she talks about momentum, that I don't want to slow it down. And you know what? I'm beginning to understand all these terms, and I'm beginning to understand how this all works together. I think I'm going to go after this. And so what do? I get with Miss Marie again. What do I have to do to get the lifestyle? What do I have to do to get the residual income, the drink out of the coconut level? She says, okay, Rob, this is where you need to go. Now, as we stated, nobody knows. Miss Marie cannot tell me, and we're not going to rehash this. Rob, you need to have 25 leaders that are producing 10,000 group volume or more each. She can't tell me that, because it could be 13 for me, okay, and it could be 22 for her. It's amazing how that works, but it all has to do with people. We're dealing with human beings, okay? And everybody, and guess what? The scale of life is always working like the numbers. In other words, Miss Marie may have big dreams when she started out, but she's decided to stop at the $12,000 a month level instead of the $40,000 a month level. She's very comfortable. Her life is where she wants it. She knows the commitment it's going to take to get to the 40,000. And she's like, you know what? I don't need to do that. I'm happy. Okay. That's the dynamics of this business. Her scale of life never changed. But Rob, on the other hand, said, hell no, I'm going to 40,000, 50,000 a month. And he does. Okay. It doesn't say that Miss Marie's a failure. It doesn't say that he had her numbers changed, her scale of life numbers changed, and so did Rob. So they went in opposite directions. Guess what? Your downline's doing the same thing. The scale of life applies to them too. That's the reason why you can't say that Rob needs 22 leaders and Miss Marie needs 13. Nobody knows that number because the scale of life is constantly working on people's lives. Everybody has a different finish line. Your finish line is going to be different than Miss Marie's. Not everybody's going to build a $10,000 a month business. Okay. It is a numbers game. A third of your business is going to be the largest producing volume, I should say, producing portion of your business. And it's all going to boil down to what, Miss Marie? The 2 to 3%ers are going to rise to the top, right? And
following the numbers of network marketing that we always talk about. Absolutely. That's the focus. Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason why we say width is wealth. And you look at the comp plan, if it has no limitations on how far you can go horizontally, in other words, the number of people. Rob, you can only sponsor 10 people. Miss Marie, you can sponsor 100 people. Okay. Every company, based on the comp plan, they have limitations. Why? Because they want to stay in business. So they know they can only pay out so much. Don't fall for that bull crap you're on conference calls, reading brochures, seeing videos. No company can go to infinity. Be honest with you, most companies cannot pay beyond 6, 7 levels deep. And not every company can provide unlimited width, okay? There have been, in many cases in the past, where companies did. I think Amway was one of them. I think New Skin was one of them that had unlimited width. But they had a limitation on the depth, which is very intriguing, okay? In retrospect, I think they made some adjustments as time went along, Miss Marie, but I don't want to get into that. Comp plans are a different subject for a different day. So you say, Rob, the examples you've given, what does that mean about the finish line? It means that everybody has a different finish line, and you have to identify your own, and it's going to change. And it may change more than once. Don't feel bad about that. Don't say, is there something wrong with me? Why am I greedy? Am I this or that? No, look, we tell you, catching a company and getting all the synergistic things to happen, all the dynamic things that happen, in order for you to have this opportunity to develop this income and lifestyle only happens. It's like catching lightning in a bottle. Okay. I don't want to say it's so rare that it won't happen again, but it doesn't happen all the time. And you say, well, you talk about in previous episodes how these professional business builders can go from one company to the other and shoot to the top. That doesn't mean they caught lightning in a bottle again. It doesn't mean that that company provided legacy positions time and time again from one new company to the other. Those things don't happen all the time. Okay. They realize when they join a new company that is a limited run. It could be 3 years, it could be 5 years, it could be 7 years. For whatever reason, it doesn't typically end up being 2, 4, and 6. I don't know why. It typically is 3, 5, or 7. I don't know what it is. It's numbers I don't understand. I can only tell you that that's typically what happens. And then it goes from 7 to 10. Typically, if it makes it past 7, it's going to be a long-term company. But typically, the growth is going to tap out between years 7 and 10. What do you mean? It's going to flatline, okay, more times than not. Why? Because by year 7, most companies have expanded their product line as far as they can, or want to expand it, or as far as they can afford financially to expand it. You see what I'm saying, Miss Marie? There's only so much money and only so many, because there's a point of no return, just like in anything in life. You can be with a comp plan that says, hey, you can sponsor 100 people and you sponsor 75, and guess what? There's no sense in sponsoring another 25 because you maxed out the comp plan at 75. So why sponsor the other 25 people? You're spending your valuable time on earth sponsoring and working with people that are not going to financially reward you for that time and effort. You'll make a difference in those people's lives, no doubt. And if that's what you want to do, that's great. That's admirable. I'm up for that. But the point is that financially, it makes no sense. There's no return on that. The companies get that same point, okay? They get to the point where they keep adding product. Guess what? Every time they add a product, they add more cost. And there's no return on that cost. So they quit doing it. They're like, oh, no, hell no, we got to drop that. Get rid of those products. It's costing us money. We can't do that because there's a point of no return. Some companies don't know it until they exceed that point of no return. And they go, oh, no, we got to drop that. We got to stop doing that. And that's the reason why they'll sometimes back off on some of these things. Okay. So every company and everything that goes on in a company has a point of no return. And what I mean is there's no return on your effort or your investment. So the thing is that you build your business until you get to the point where you either are happy with the money and the lifestyle you have, or you max it out. Miss Marie, did that make sense there? Did all that go together?
Yep, absolutely. And that's something we talked about in Monday's episode, where we talked about compensation plans in a little bit more detail. So if you're interested in more detail in that, reference back to that episode.
Right. Yeah. And the thing is, when I talk about comp plans being another subject for another day, I'm typically thinking or deeper dive, and talking about multiple comp plans. Not something I really want to get into. And I'm trying to avoid that episode altogether. With the demand may come too great. And we may have to get an expert in like Paul Cannon, who understands comp plans a whole lot better than I do. We might have 3 people in that episode. But anyway, the point is, if we do that episode. But the thing is that we have a situation where you guys have to understand that your finish line is going to be different. Don't beat yourself up. Don't get down and out. But if you get the chance to finish it off, because it is lightning in a bottle, there's no guarantee. Miss Marie and I can go from one company to the other and be successful, maybe even hugely successful, but it's not necessarily catching lightning in a bottle. That is not always possible. We'll have a great ride, okay? And a lot of things will come together and we can make a lot of money, but it's not a legacy position. And sometimes it's not the type of residual income machine that we really had hoped for. But hey, we had a nice 2-year, 3-year ride, right, Miss Marie?
Yep, for sure.
And we're happy with that. We're happy with that. Okay. Now that kind of ride could be life-changing for a lot of you, but that's something that we have gotten used to, something that we expect. And it's something, and we can't say that we'll make $1 million in 2 to 3 years. We may make 3 or 4 million in those 2 or 3 years, but we may only make 700,000, maybe 500,000 based on the company, based on the product. If it only has 1 or 2 products, guess what? Your $1 million goal is going to turn into 300,000 to 500,000. There will be people in that new company with 1 or 2 products that will make $1 million, but it's not going to be the top 10 earners, Miss Marie. There's not enough money there to develop that kind of lifestyle. And a bunch of big people like yourself and me would leave that company because we would realize quickly that, hey, I'm making pennies on the dollar. And you say, well, what do you mean? That's a lot of money. No, it's not. For the work involved, you got to have the opportunity to make $1 million or more over a 2 to 3 year period. 300 to 500,000 is not big money, is not going to keep top producers because that's not a really good opportunity. But there again, I don't want to get off topic. Why do I say that? Because your finish line, once again, is different. You can, Miss Marie, in a company like that, 1 or 2 product company, you can make $1,000 a month. You can make $2,500 a month. And that, if that's your finish line, you can do that. And you can do that consistently over a 2 to 3 year period with a company like that. If you have a company that has a larger product line, has more capabilities going into new countries, there's big opportunity there. You should expect to make millions of dollars or have the opportunity to make millions of dollars. Right, Miss Marie?
Oh, absolutely. And Rob, I'm wondering if you could spend a couple minutes just talking about the residual income goal. There's a kind of an analogy you've shared in the past. You've talked about a money ball. Could you share that with our audience?
Right. Okay, so the residual income. Well, look, everybody comes in this business for one main thing. There's 3 things everybody wants from the business model, and they can deliver it in spades. We talk about it all the time: the freedom lifestyle, more time, freedom, and money. But the number one thing you got to have in order to have the freedom, in order to have the lifestyle, is money. And what she's referring to is that everybody wants that residual income. In order for you to have the drink out of the coconut money where you can sit on the beach and never worry about anything again, and there again, your finish line is different. Look, if $150,000 a year will give you your drink out of the coconut money, kudos to you. You have a great life. You have a simple life, and that's awesome. And you can have, Miss Marie, with $150,000 a year, if you're living in a tiny house and you have 1 car that's 30 years old and you have very little debt, guess what? $150,000 is like $1.5 million, right? You can have that drink out of the coconut and travel a lot of good places on a lifestyle like that. But what she's talking about is the money ball, is that you have to identify once you get past, and I'll set it up this way, Miss Marie, and make it as quick as possible. We always talk about in your phase 1 business building process, that is your initial 90-day mini blast. You have a sheet that you fill out called the 90-day goal sheet. That means you do a 90-day mini blast. What is your goals for that at the end of that 90-day mini blast? We tell you your goal should be 10,000 group volume, which equals 100 people in your business doing 100 PV. Doesn't mean that you personally sponsor 100 people. It means as a group that you have, because you're sponsoring people 5 and above on the scale of ambition, you are sponsoring people that will do 100 PV. They will commit themselves to doing 100 PV per month. That equals 10,000 group volume per month. You say, well, what is that? Why is that important? Because when you look at any company, when you're going to join a new company and you say, I can do that. I can build a business that has 100 people doing 100 PV, and it will create that 10,000 group volume. You can look at that comp plan, and you can just decide, because when I look at a new company, Miss Marie looks at a new company, our barometer is 10,000 group volume. I know I can do that in 90 days or less. So if I know I can do that, I look at the comp plan, I say, what is it going to pay me? And then I say, okay, is that worth it? Is that company worth me joining? Is that a reward enough for my initial 90-day mini blast? What you're doing is you're developing that 90-day that money ball. And it could be this big, and it's going to get bigger over the 90-day process. And what she's talking about is that is your residual income. You're setting up your residual income machine. Miss Marie, is my hitting the nail on the head, which you're asking? Okay.
Yep, you're going the direction I hoped. Yep.
So what we're talking about is that when you fill out your 90-day goal sheet, you want to say, I want to be making X amount of money per month at the end of 90 days, or be in a position to be making that month. Okay. And that could be drink out of the coconut money. It may not be drink out of the coconut, but at least put you on the path where you can say at the end of the 90 days, hey, I'm on my way to that drinking out of the coconut money, that residual income machine I want to build. So what you're doing is you start out in phase 1, then your initial 90-day mini blast, and your money ball is this big. And we talked about this yesterday, and we talked about it a lot. You need help pushing that ball up that vertical, almost vertical, it's a steep grade mountain. And at the top of the mountain is the apex, where it goes down the other side. Well, once your business hits that apex and starts going down the other side, it is now in automatic mode, meaning that you no longer have to sponsor people. You no longer have to work the business. You are now a legendary figurehead that all you do is personal appearances at conferences, or you do conference calls, or you meet leaders in person, and you have retreats. That means that you are the legendary figurehead, and that's how you maintain your residual income machine, by becoming that legendary figure that everybody wants to be like. You know, the old term, be like Mike. Well, you want to be like Marie, okay? Because she is showing you and personally inviting you into her lifestyle, and you're going to her house, you see her lifestyle, and you say, that's what I want. It's possible. She's living it. And you're at her home, and you're in her backyard and her barbecue, and you're asking her questions. How did you do this? What did you do? And she's going to say 5 simple steps, blah, blah, blah. Just keep it up. You're doing great, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So the thing is that you're saying, okay, I've got a small money ball. She got hers to the top of that apex where it went over the other side. Well, how do I get that money ball? It's getting bigger and heavier all the time. It's leaders. You need help pushing your own money ball up that mountain. And you can't see as that money ball gets bigger and bigger and bigger. You can't peek around it. You can't look over it, and you can't look under it. You don't know where the apex is in your business. You don't know when the tipping point is, meaning your tipping point is this: the number of leaders that you have in your business. And I don't mean you can you log into your back office and you say, hey, I've got 26 leaders that are actively building a business at various levels of success. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you log into your back office and you see 4 leaders building huge businesses, and you may only need 3 or 4 more before your business goes over that tipping point. 4 may be enough. It just has those 4 huge businesses have not created enough volume yet to push it over that money ball, over that apex. So it could be that Miss Marie only needs 4 leaders, but they may need to create 100,000 in volume each month before hers goes this way. Now, if I was her, I'd be scared if I only hit 4. To be honest with you, I'd be like peeing in my pants. Oh my gosh, I'm in trouble. Okay, because you want what? You want 8 business leaders developing huge businesses, okay, of 100,000 per month or more. Now, I'm not saying that you need to strive to do 100,000 per month or more. It will happen. If you can do 10, you believe me, you can do 100 over 3 years. But that's not the point. I'm using that number as an example, okay? It's arbitrary at this moment. I'm just using that to paint a picture in your head because we don't know what that volume is per business yet. We don't know how many leaders. Ideally, you want as many leaders developing 10,000 group or more. And that's a better, believe me, that's a healthier business if you have 17 leaders developing 10,000 group volume or more per month than 4 developing 100,000 or more. The 4 is really eye-grabbing and really impressive because the numbers are so large, but it's a scary proposition. I tell you that because even though the bunny ball is getting over the apex, it's an unstable. It's an unstable residual income machine. You want as many leaders developing as much volume as possible, because once your money ball gets over that apex, when you have 8, 12, 14 leaders doing 10,000 or more, Miss Marie, you have a stable residual income machine you can count on, right? Is that what you were asking?
Yep. It's one of those cases where more is better. The more leaders you have, the better off you are. And again, it's that duplication factor too, right? As you're developing leaders, you are training your leaders to develop leaders under them, because that depth is what's going to drive your security.
That's right. And guys, also realize this, is that that's the reason why width is so important, because in order for you to have more than 4 leaders developing 100, and that's a rare thing, Miss Marie. I mean, it happens, but it's rare. In order for those 4 leaders that are having these huge businesses doing 100,000 or more group volume per month, you got to sponsor a lot of people. Okay, meaning width is wealth. That's the reason why we promote that. That's the reason why I'm talking about it now, to clear the picture here. That's the reason why we talk about that. In order for the numbers to work in your favor, in order for you to have a stable business, a residual income machine you can depend on, one that you can travel the world first class and not have to worry about money, you got to have as many leaders as possible that are growing at an exceptional rate at different time frames, meaning that width is wealth. That scenario, multiple leaders, 12, 14, 16, whatever, growing at different rates at different times is a prime example of width is wealth. That's what you want. It's a prime example of the numbers of network marketing working correctly. The 4 leaders by themselves is numbers not working in your favor. But it is the numbers of network marketing working. It's just in the negative. Most people would celebrate that, Miss Marie, if they had that in their business. And all I can tell you is save your money in that scenario. If you have 4 leaders and that's it, creating that kind of save your money. You're going to need it.
Exactly. So in terms of, talking about the finish line, I think what we've covered here is the fact that it's important to identify what your specific finish line is, what you want to achieve, and working towards that by applying consistent and correct business building activities. Yep. Looking for and training your leaders, yep, and helping them duplicate those same processes to help you achieve that finish line, that goal, that achievement that you are after. Is that fair?
That's right. And don't be ashamed of where your scale of life number is. Do not be ashamed where your finish line, because when we're talking about the scale of life here, as we told you guys, 0 to 10, guys, that is your finish line. Whatever number you stop at monetarily, right, Miss Marie? $1,000 a month, $2,500 a month, $25,000 a month. There's no wrong answer here. If that money is changing your life and having a positive impact on your life, and think about it, in order for you to get to that level, you have to have a positive impact on others. So there's a lot of positivity taking place there. So do not be ashamed. Don't look at the check and say, oh my gosh, I only made $1,000 a month. You got to be celebrating that. You got to say, oh my gosh, look what we did. And look at the people we had an impact on. It's affecting their life too. Because in order for you to be successful in network marketing, you have to have a positive, not a negative, a positive impact on someone else's life. Meaning if you're making money, somebody else is making money too. Okay. So the bottom line is, don't ever be ashamed of your finish line number, wherever it may be. I wanted to close it out on that, Miss Marie, because we always talk about the big numbers. The small numbers are just as important and just as impactful as the big numbers. We talk about the big numbers because we gotten used to the big numbers, but we understand that not everybody wants that. Right, Miss Marie?
Absolutely. And every little bit matters. And you may find that $1,000 goal that you set and you're able to achieve leads you on to the next goal. It may be a stepping stone and may not be the finish line after all. And you can move the finish line.
Yes, you can. Good point. As we close it out, she's absolutely right. And that's, well, we did touch on that a little bit when we said, hey, 90-day goals, and all of a sudden your eyes open up and you go, oh my gosh, you're right. Very good. With that being said, guys, tomorrow's Freelance Friday. Freelance Friday. We love Freelance Fridays. And tomorrow's episode number 32. Hard to believe. Won't be long. We'll be doing episode 50 on that one as well. How crazy is that? All right. So with that being said, as always, we're going to talk about, hey, TheMLM-solution.net. Please go there. You cannot get better content than the 4 critical mistakes most, and I say most, networkers make, and how to overcome them. What a great title, because that title tells you exactly the contents of that package, which includes a very simple, easy to read, short to the point ebook, supplemented and complemented by an audio and video, which takes your knowledge level to a higher level in addition to what you learn in the ebook. Same thing with the 5 simple steps to networking success. Exact same thing. They work in tandem. They work together. It's like peanut butter and jelly, like Miss Marie said yesterday. And guess what? That's a great analogy because they are inseparable. If you're going to have the 4 critical mistakes knowledge, you need to have the 5 simple steps, because guess what? The 4 critical mistakes, if you don't know them, are going to eat away at the 5 simple steps, meaning that you can do the 5 simple steps to networking success over and over and over. But if you're making any one of the 4 critical mistakes, you're eroding the success you're putting into place. You do not want to do that. You need both of these. Go there to the website, TheMLM-solution.net. Download those now. And while they're available, you're going to get, as I said, 1 ebook, 1 audio, and 1 video. And we don't want to overlook the importance of Zero to Networking Hero. That is bringing everything together. That book brings everything together, paints a clear picture how all this works and how you can achieve success in network marketing. With that being said, Black Friday, as we always talk about, we have a Black Friday special that's continuing until the end of the year. You do not want to miss out on it. It is normally $99.95. You will not believe the content and the training materials that you get in this package. Far exceeds $99.95. I want to tell you that right now. To be honest with you, it is normally going to be a $299.95 package, and well worth every red cent. But right now, because we're launching this during the Black Friday season, and as you know, all companies are having extended Black Friday sales because of what we're all going through. They want to give everybody a chance to save money and to get what they need. Well, we're doing the same thing. That's the reason why we're calling it Super Friday. As you can see, TheMLM-solution.net Super Friday, TheMLM-solution.net Super Friday. It is our version of Black Friday, which we're going to hold until the end of the year. But as you get there to the site, you'll see it is a limited offer. You're going to save $50. Right now, it is $49.95 instead of $99.95. And that is a great, unbelievable sale. It is not going to continue. Miss Marie continuously gives me a hard time about that. It will change, I can promise you. All right, Miss Marie, I think we did a great job. We're still under 50 minutes, and we covered everything.
I think that's fantastic. And just a reminder, the end of the year may feel like it's far away, but
oh my gosh.
Weeks, TikTok.
TikTok. There you go. I like that. All right, guys. Remember, tomorrow is Freelance Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please share our shows and our social media platforms with our fellow network marketers all across the globe by doing what? Hashtag TheMLM Solution. And so we only get the word out through you guys. All right. Only get the word out through you guys. We need your help. As you know, that's what social media is about, is sharing. Right, Miss Marie?
Absolutely.
All righty, guys. God bless. Take care. We shall see you tomorrow.
Thank you for listening to the MLM Solution Podcast. For more info, visit our website, TheMLMSolution.net. Please follow us on the following platforms: Facebook, YouTube, etc. And share this podcast with our fellow network marketers around the world by hitting the share button on our various platforms.